What's up, everyone? Vince Ingenito here for IGN. I am hanging out with my buddy, the high scholar of all video games.
I think that actually that would be the lowbrow moron of all,
No, the high-
village idiot
the
of video
high
games.
scholar, the grand magistrate
And my
of
name.
video games. Jared Petty, how you doing, buddy?
I am fine. I am here with my army of minions.
Yes, we're playing the Magic Circle, which
Yep.
you reviewed. We're going to talk about your review.
I did review this game.
You did, and you liked it a fair bit. It seems.
I liked it quite a bit.
And
yeah.
and taking a look at it, I can see why. So why don't you give everyone a brief idea of what the heck it is that they're looking at,
Yeah.
and also what you think works about the game so
Sure.
well.
So right now we are in development hell. We have been dropped into the middle of an unfinished video game. We're wandering around inside it, and we have gradually, well, this is pretty late in the game, but we've collected an army of minions. Now these were all enemies or benign creatures earlier on, and gradually using my nifty trap tool, which I'll demonstrate here, I caught them, trapped them, and then gained the ability whoosh, to do this. Jump inside any of them and reprogram them.
And this is so cool because it's like you're looking inside like the mind of a virtual being. I am this. I
Okay,
am Vince. Oh,
there's
no.
Vince. Okay, so here's Vince.
I am Vince. How do I move? How does Vince move?
Vince moves, well, he moves by flight right now, although he did not originally move by flight. This creature did not fly when I first grabbed him. I could give him the power to fly. I could give him the power to float. I could give him the power to walk by ground. These are all abilities that Mega Man style I stripped off of other enemies that I ran across. I can change his weapons. For example, he was not originally equipped with a railgun. He was equipped with actually, I don't think he could attack even before. I made him fireproof because I got a lot of firebomby guys and I don't want them to blow themselves up. His enemies are a fellow called the Sky Bastard, and I had to make that an enemy to solve a puzzle earlier on. He's a friend of heroes and wizards.
So
and the important.
what's the value of making Sky Bastard his enemy? Like, does that mean he'll primarily attack Sky Bastard?
Yes,
when
and
he sees them?
exactly, and I had to get a Sky Bastard out of my way earlier.
Oh,
and these
okay.
are all used to solve, and I can pick him up and throw him. Right now I can't pick him up and throw him. Now I could strip him of all of these behaviors if I want to, right there.
Oh,
Now
no,
I've
I
reset
can do
it.
nothing.
Right.
I am nothing
Yeah,
now.
and now, as you see, he will just sit there.
That
He's
is
benign.
so sad.
Okay, that's okay, but we're going to hop back in. Oh, I don't need to trap him, sorry. I'm just going to hop back into him here.
You're going to edit Vince.
Yeah, I'm going to edit Vince. So now Vince is going to walk, and you see it uses one of them up. Now these all go back into the pool when I strip him again. So I have a sort of a finite group of resources, but I can reallocate them any way I want. I'll make
That's
him a
fascinating.
fire burst guy.
Sure,
So he's
why
gonna
not?
burst into flame. Let's make him fireproof so that that doesn't prove to be a bad thing. And let's make him my friend.
Yeah, because we don't
yeah.
we don't want him to be
Yeah, we don't at all.
setting you on
so,
fire.
And there we go. And I think that's enough right now. So we'll exit. Now, what do I do with this? Well, this game is full of puzzles, enemies. I have no abilities in combat, really. All I can do is trap things if I'm lucky, and I can really only fast enough to trap them one at a time.
Right, so it's interesting because there's no shooting, there's
Yeah.
no direct. You're not directly combating anything in this game.
Not at all.
You are using your ability to manipulate the world around you.
Now, this is one of my friends that got killed earlier, so I'm going to use a little bit of my life, you see down there in the bar, and instill it, and I brought my Whirlybird back to life.
Oh,
There he is.
Whirlybird,
He's my
welcome
friend.
back to the living.
Yep, so now we're going to, now you see my life is low though, so it's a kind of a switch of, oh, there's my teleporters I captured earlier. Those are very important. All right, we're going to go in here. I've never been in here before.
Yeah, so we can get a sense of like how these mechanics actually work because you've solved a lot of the puzzles in these areas. Ooh,
yeah,
what's
but
this?
not
What do we
all
got?
of them. Oh, so this is a guy that, ooh, he's right on the edge of existing. There we go. All right, trapped him, which means I can edit him. Oh, what do we have here?
20 go to 10?
Okay, first I'm going to strip his stats. All right, so I can use that to upgrade other creatures later.
Maze?
Oh, this is an audio file.
Cool. So is this how the
Story's told, yeah. Some
Cool.
of it's told ambiently, some of it's told through these kind of audio files.
So let's get into the story for a second.
Yeah.
While you keep delving further, we talked a lot about these interesting mechanics and how they enrich the game, and just the novelty of the concept and how intelligent it is. But let's talk a little bit about what what doesn't work for you.
Okay, so this game is fascinating. The puzzles are really great, especially since so many of them can be approached from different angles. You don't have to solve every puzzle exactly the same way. You can do all kinds of different things. But what doesn't work for me is that this game is really, really angry. This is just about the angriest video game I've ever played. You see, it's about this development hell, and the project kind of fell apart because nobody liked anybody else and nobody could work together. And the problem is that all
and to be clear, guys, we're talking about the game within the game. We're not talking about the actual people who
No,
work
not
on
the
this game.
making of the Magic Circle, but the making of the game inside the Magic Circle. The designers and the artists and the community and the programmers all hated one another, and they're all represented, some as avatars in the game, some as audiophiles. But you'll actually meet some of them. They'll pop into the game as avatars.
cool.
They hate everything.
So like, to be clear, it's obviously a satire on kind of the games industry as it exists.
Yeah, it is. It is a satire, but it's a humorless satire, and that's. Oh, I just walked into lava.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm dead. Okay.
Walking into lava usually causes death.
That does in fact cause death. So
And in
what
this
I
case,
should
a
have
lot of
done is
blinky
make a lot of
lights.
use my fireproof creatures to cross the lava. You know, if I want to get across here. Again.
So, yeah.
So let's talk while I'm doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. So the story is kind of like overly cynical and angry and humorless.
It really is. That's the downside. It's an interesting story, but the problem with satire is if I don't have anybody to empathize with and I don't have anything to laugh at, even when the points are valid, and there are a lot of valid points in this game, it's really hard to care.
Yeah, I can
there
totally
is a
understand
moment in this game where it literally turns to you and starts screaming at you. And I was just like, well, yeah, I mean, a lot of your points are right, but man, just go to therapy.
Yeah, it's a little heavy-handed.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
So
that said, it's still a fascinating story, and one of the things I really like about this game is that it genuinely surprised me many, many times.
Yeah, with the way that your suite of mechanics grew over time, right?
Yeah, but and not just your suite of mechanics, but what happens in the twist. It doesn't just the story twist doesn't just change the story; it changes all the rules of how you play the game.
Okay,
And I'm
well,
not going to show you that part.
Right,
Don't
let's
worry.
not spoil too much.
No,
for people,
not at all. But it really is just pretty radical.
So one of the things you said that you really liked also in your review that I wanted to touch on real quick is that, like
hopping on a fireproof creature to cross the water.
Cool, do it. But one of the things we talk about is, yeah, a game might have novel or interesting mechanics, but like if it's all directed in terms of how you use it, and there's only one way to use that stuff, it kind of gets boring and kind of uninteresting really quick. So, something that you talk about is that how you feel a lot of these situations that the game puts you in, you can solve in multiple ways. And you had a lot of interesting moments like that.
Yeah, that's one of the absolute best things about the game is that you can just do, you can come, there was a cliff I came to where the game literally had the little clue drawn on the wall, Portal style. Here's how to solve it, right? But I wanted to try something else. And I tried something else, and it worked. And the game actively, your kind of disembodied mentor characters, like, they wanted you to solve things one way, but hey, if you can come up with a different way, that's great. It really encourages you to fool around, and I love games that want me to experiment.
Yeah, absolutely, because otherwise, what are all those little mechanics? But, like, I press this button in this situation, I press this button in that situation, and then it's not much different than
puzzles with
hitting
multiple
a switch.
solutions. Yeah, early in the game, you don't have that power, and that's the only time I ever hit a frustrating puzzle was early in the game when I didn't have as many tools to work with yet. I ran into a place where I got really frustrated and confused, but I figured it out eventually.
Cool. Well, Jared, overall, what did you end up giving this game?
I gave it a 7.8. It's very good.
Almost great. Very good.
The only downers were the continual tone of kind of pedantic immaturity that was a little frustrating. And after a while, I even though I agreed with many of the points, I just was absolutely. Oh, I can't go this way anymore. I was absolutely tired of getting fussed at. But that, along with an obtuse puzzle or two, but overall, this is a game that deserves to be played, and I was very, very happy with. It's original, it's wonderful, it's genuinely surprising, it's full of interesting things, and no two people are going to approach this game exactly the same way.
Awesome, Jared. Well, I didn't know much about this game until you pointed it out to me, and certainly it looks fascinating to me. Something that I wanna sink my teeth into.
I recommend it. I really do.
Awesome, man. Well, that's all we got. But for more on the Magic Circle, keep it right here on IGN.